I figured why not kill two birds with one stone. So I'm trying to get like back in the flow of being live again, because I used to be on live like all the time. But it's just a lot to manage. Like it's a lot to do, especially when you're busy. So, but we're just talking anything weight loss surgery, weight loss in general, fitness, wellness, all the things. Now I gotta go back and why does this look different? I'll have to verify it's me. Mm-mm. You moved from Cali to Texas. It was a 2-day drive. Yeah, our drive from San Antonio to Washington State. Well, we kind of spread it out. We could have knocked it out like faster, but we did it in, I think we did it in 6 days because we went the California way. So we wanted to like, stop and see different sites and all that stuff. I have a question. Did your PCOS go away after surgery? Um, I can't say that it like went away, but I will say that a lot of the symptoms that I have from PCOS went away, but then some of the symptoms still here. Like I have facial hair. That was like a major symptom for me after being overweight, but I honestly had that since I was 16 and I wasn't overweight back then. So that's still here. It's not as bad as it was. It's not as thick. It doesn't grow as fast. It's not as dark, but it's still there. So that's literally, I think, just tied to my hormones. But I mean, other than that, I didn't have any like major screaming out PCOS symptoms though. Not that I paid attention to. So like if you have like specifics on, certain symptoms, then I can tell you if I experienced that and if that went away. I've been off game the last few days with movement. I've been too, but here's the thing, Jamie. And I think you were on my live yesterday when I was talking like about healing my relationship with fitness. But like something that I realized was that I didn't need to work out to successfully lose weight, at least for me, us being having weight loss surgery. So it allowed me the freedom to work out when I wanted to or not. Now I just look at overall movement as just that overall movement. It feels so good to just move my body. It feels so good to like be active, like all the mental aspects of it all. But I don't like kick myself too hard if I'm not moving out. I'm moving around. I tell myself, I make myself aware though that like, Janae, you haven't moved in like a few days. Like I haven't really ran since New Year's Day. So 20 days now. I haven't like really ran, but I've been weight training a lot more. So I'm trying to find the balance between doing what I used to do. And then it's been so cold. It's been freezing up here. Like I have not been wanting to move my body. So I tell myself like, like it's okay, but you know that you like doing this. So like get back to what you like doing. Right. I have a treadmill in my garage. My garage is freezing. I don't know why I even put it in there, but I have no space in my house. I wish we had a fourth bedroom. Then I would have like a little content creator area, but I would also be putting good morning. Thank you. Um, I would have like a content creating area, but I would also have an area to like put my Peloton and put my treadmill and put my rower. Like I have all of those in my garage. My garage is freezing. I might as well go work out outside. Honestly, since it's in an enclosed space, it's even colder than it is outside because it's just trapping that air in. So I have no choice but to go to the gym or run outside. But today, it's like 28 degrees. I'm not running, and it's frost. I'm not slipping and falling and busting my head open. It's too cold. It is way too cold. What do y'all have going on this Tuesday morning? Mostly I probably had like a long weekend. I know my husband had a 4-day weekend. He had Friday, Monday off, and then the girls had Monday off, so they had a 3-day weekend. So this is my first day house to myself, thank God, because I don't work until Thursday. The cold is definitely a barrier when it comes to like you have to like dig deep, okay? And my husband's truck is like one of those like automatic starts, like he can start from his key or whatever, but mine is not. It's just a push to start. So you have to actually go out and turn it on to heat it up, and that alone, like, I'm a early morning working out girly, but to have to get out of my warm bed, first of all, at 5 o'clock in the morning on any type of day is already difficult. But to do that in the cold and then to go outside and then still have to get dressed and then go back outside just to go work out, then go back outside with sweat on you to come back home. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. I need to find some good, no, I can't even say I'm going to work out at home because I'm not. That's a lie. I'm lying to myself at this point. It's 55 degrees in California. I thought that was freeze until everyone said, I mean, but it is. It's cold. It's cold for Cali. That's for sure. It's cold for Cali, just like snow in Texas. I got to put my laptop on a charger. Now I can't do no work until it charges. It's fine. But yeah, that's cold for Cali for sure. I don't watch baddies. Like, I'll like scroll on social media and I may see a clip, but I'm not into that ghetto ass shit. So, Here we go. What questions y'all got for me? Since it's not a lot of y'all in the chat, this is the perfect time to like ask whatever questions you got and I can actually answer it since I'm not like overwhelmed with a million people asking me something. Why is this still showing? I need to delete this one. Oh, yeah. 80 degrees in Jersey. I miss New York. Are you like South Jersey or North Jersey? Are you like close to New York City? I'm originally from New York City. Central. Okay. So like not like Jersey Shore. I don't know nothing about Jersey, but like right outside. That's it. I'm curious about your thoughts on stretching out your stomach. Some say it's a myth, others don't. So I follow a lot of like bariatric registered dietitians and surgeons and stuff. The census seem to be, it's a little bit of both, right? But it's not what people make it out to be when it comes to stretching out your pouch after weight loss surgery. Like they're like, in some ways, your stomach is going to naturally stretch, right? You're not going to always have this small pouch that they made for you. It's going to naturally stretch. That's what it should do. But to the gravity that people try to make it out to be, like your previous stomach, no, it's never going to do that. This is from the information I've collected from other surgeons. This isn't me. But it's never going to stretch to the gravity of what we had before, but it can get bigger. But it's not going to be as fast as people think it is or anything like that. Like I think the doctor said you have to be overeating every single meal, every single day for weeks and months and even sometimes years at a time for it to be so big to where now you're rapidly gaining weight. So people think like, they're able to eat a lot more. Did my stomach stretch? Or I'm gaining weight. Did my stomach stretch? Without understanding how to read a food label and understanding the calories that they're actually taking in. Most of the time, when people have gained weight after weight loss surgery or experiencing that weight regain, it's because of the calories they're taking in. And you think to yourself, well, I'm not eating a lot, but that doesn't mean you're not taking in a lot of calories, right? Like if all you're doing is drinking all day, you're going back to those sodas, those juices, anything that has calories, to be honest, and you're drinking it, it's an easy way to pack on the calories and you're just drinking it all day, right? Or that's why I still weigh my stuff and measure my stuff. I'm almost 2 years post-op. I'll be 2 years post-op in March, but I still weigh my stuff because, you're adding condiments to your sandwich, to your whatever it is you're eating, and you're thinking this is just a tablespoon of mayonnaise. Is it just a tablespoon? Because when you eyeballing it, you may think this is just a tablespoon. This is just 100 calories. Or salad dressing. Salad dressing is an easy thing to lose control over. You sitting there, you drizzling on your salad dressing, you thinking maybe this is like 2 servings when it's like 4. And now you done packed on your healthy little salad, you done packed on 400 calories worth of salad dressing because you're thinking, this is a little drizzle. Is it just a little drizzle? So most of the time, or you went back to graze eating. You went back to, I'm gonna answer your question in a minute. I'm on both TikTok Live and YouTube. So if you see me answering questions, I'm going back and forth. But graze eating. So you went back to graze eating and you're snacking all day. You're not even hungry. You're just putting things in your mouth. Those things are still adding up, and eventually you'll see the scale slowly start going up and up and up. And you're thinking, oh my God, I stretched out my pouch. No, what you did was you went back to some old habits, or you weren't even intentional about the new habits that you do have, and you slowly started adding more calories in, and now the weight regain is happening. And you're spiraling out of control. Does that make sense? So I don't think it's necessarily a question of did I stretch out my pouch? It's what it is that you're eating. Analyze that first. But there is a surgeon I follow. Her name is Dr. Angelina. She does retighten people's VSGs. That's a thing, is to retighten it. Does returning to a liquid diet help with weight loss after gaining weight? No, Nicole, I would never advise anyone go back to doing a pouch reset, because essentially that's what you're asking. Going back to a liquid diet is a pouch reset is what they call it. I would never advise anyone to do a pouch reset. To me, a pouch reset is a form of disordered eating. It's an ED for us bariatric patients, because what reason do you need to go back on liquids? We only was on liquids pre-surgery to shrink our liver and to prepare for surgery, and post-surgery to heal our stomach. So if you're finding that you're experiencing weight regain, again, just take it back to the basics. Go back to the basics. Are you prioritizing protein? Are you prioritizing your fruits and vegetables and getting those micronutrients in? If you're feeling over hungry, maybe eat a little more, but eat more protein and eat more fiber, because that's going to keep you satiated for a very long time than eating just random things and just eating. What does your water intake look like? What does your movement look like? If you're feeling like you gain weight again, I personally would never advise anyone to go back to liquids, go back to any phase of the food stages, whether that's puree, whether that's soft food, whether that's liquid. I would never advise that. I think you are back to walking down a slippery slope. If those things worked, and we've all probably tried them, before weight loss surgery. We've probably all tried the water fast. We tried the JJ juice cleanse. We tried any type of juice cleanse. And if those things truly worked, then we would have no reason to even have weight loss surgery or get on GLP-1s or do any of those. If those crash dieting methods worked, we will all be skinny. We will all be skinny. We will all be in good health. And so I just think like you had the surgery to free yourself of toxic diet culture type of habits. Don't go back to that. But that's just my 2 cents on it. I would, and I'm not saying that I never entertained the idea, because when I was hitting a stall at 7 months post-op, so I was super desperate about like breaking that stall and like, you know, wanting to lose weight so badly. And I think when you invest so much stock into wanting to lose weight, instead of just changing the lifestyle and being healthy, you will do anything to lose weight. So I've entertained the idea of doing a pouch reset, but I just knew that I wanted better for myself. And I did not want to, like, that was just opening up a door that I've already done before. And I think I would have it would have set me backwards. And so I knew I did not want to go backwards. So like, y'all do what you want to do on your journey. I did a pouch reset video. No, I did a video on my TikTok. It said 5 things I would never do, or you can never convince me of after weight loss surgery. And I talked about pouch resets, and I had a couple of people comment like, well, it worked for me. It worked for you. I'm glad it worked for you. To me, my outlook is that sucks that you had to do that. I never want to ever have to go back to any extreme dieting measures. I did the most extreme thing. They cut out 80% of my stomach. I did the most extreme thing that someone can do for weight loss. Why, on top of that, would I want to go back to toxic diet culture? I could have did that. I could have just continued to do what I was doing. Obviously, it wasn't working because I was yo-yo dieting like crazy. I dropped 60 pounds like 3 times in the 12-year phase of me doing the yo-yo dieting. If I wanted to continue to do that, I didn't have to get my stomach cut open to do that. So that's just my 2 cents on pouch resets, though. Let me scroll up and see what questions or comments I missed. Thank y'all for joining the live. I'm on live on both YouTube and TikTok, so I'll be answering questions and looking at like 2 screens. Okay. I answered, I'm almost 2 years post-op. Yeah, Jamie, pouch resets is definitely a thing. Like, it's definitely a thing. Thanks for the follows, you guys. Hi, Janae. I'll be a year post-op in February. Congrats, but I'm stuck at 170. Okay, so here's the thing with getting stuck, because 170 to me sounds like a healthy weight, but I also don't know your height, right? So you could, like, for me, I'm 5'5". 170 is actually, it's still, according to the BMI, it's still overweight. I think I was still classified as overweight at that time, but I mean, it's still a healthy weight to be at. So how much more is my question? How much more do you want to lose? And what's your height? Because sometimes we set these like unrealistic expectations after weight loss surgery and just randomly pick a goal weight. And it's like, does your body even want to be there? Like, you may want to be there, but does your body want to be there? So sometimes like we have to like sit back and fully analyze, is the number that I'm putting on myself even realistic for me to do? Like, for me, I picked the number 150 pounds. I was 150 pounds at 19. I felt my healthiest then. But also, Janae, you're almost 36-year-old woman, mother of 2 kids. You have a ton of loose skin. What do you need to get to 150 for? You're already a size 2. You're already a medium top. You're already a size small bottom. Your foot done shrunk. When people look at you, you look tiny. What more do you need to lose? And if I was able to get my loose skin cut off right now, and that's something that we have to take into consideration too, right? If you were able to get your loose skin cut off, and this is something my registered dietitian told me, you would be underweight. Because I had told her, I was like, I wanted to be 150. Oh no, I told her my new bariatric surgeon who's taken over my care, because I'm a military spouse. So I had my surgery in Texas. And now that I'm in the state of Washington, I have a new surgeon that's like looking over my care. And so he told me that he wanted me to be at 140. And I'm like, where the hell did he get this number from? My old clinic told me 160. And I want to be 150. So where is he getting 140 from? So when I told her that, she's like, if you get to 140 pounds, and let's say you were to get your loose skin cut off right now, let's say between your arms and your stomach, you have like 15 pounds of skin that they took off you. Now you're going to be underweight. Now you're going to be 125. Now you're going to be looking sick. So like when you're picking these goal numbers, consider all the things. Consider how much loose skin that you may end up having. Consider like there's a lot to consider. Pouch reset sounds weird to me. It sounds weird to me too. Hold on. Welcome into the chat, everybody. Where did that last comment go? Hold on. Okay, I don't want to miss all y'all comments. I've only lost 50 pounds on the bypass, but you're 170 pounds. And that's another thing that y'all have to think about too. Like, instead of comparing yourselves to other people, what was your starting weight? Like, where did you start at? A lot of people are getting weight loss surgery and their starting point isn't in the 300s, 400s, 500s. Isn't even in the high 200s. A lot more people are getting their weight loss surgery at like 230, 220. And so if you already started off, yes, to you, it's a high weight, but in comparison to other people, your weight could have actually been low. So if you only lost 50 pounds and you're already at a healthy weight, that's also okay. Like, what you want to be, a stick? like bring it back to perspective here. Like, it's all about perspective. What was your starting weight? What is your height? Look at the BMI chart. And I know a lot of people hate the BMI chart, but it's a good way to just have a good gauge. Like, where should you be? What's the highest number you can be at your height? How close are you to that? And then how do you feel in your body? What does your non-scale victories look like? Is your health issues reversed? Like, all of my health issues, even though I'm not at my goal weight and I'm right on the cusp of overweight, all of my health issues are gone, except for my high cholesterol. And I think that's just really a genetic thing. It's gotten better since losing weight, but it's still not like perfect. But like, all of my health issues are gone. How I feel in my body is better. So like, you know, I'm able to eat a little more. I'm 16 months post-op. I have gone up and down a couple pounds, worries me. Pretty Ricky. That's okay though. Like, having a weight range that you bounce between, like, your body is naturally going to do this. And it probably has nothing to do with what you're eating. So like, I know for me, my body naturally bounces between 5 pounds, like a good 5.5 pounds. My lowest weight to date, which I'm still at, is 163 pounds. But sometimes I will bounce all the way back up to 167.5. I haven't seen anything higher than that. Like, that's a good, and it's always been that way for me though. Like, no matter where I was, whether I was in the 160s, 170s, 180s, 200s, like, I always had like this 5 pound bounce that my body just naturally did. And so there's different reasons why that may happen, right? Like, did you have too much sodium that day? Did you not have a good poop in a few days? We're girls here. Is it that time of the month and now you just have water weight? Like, are you sick and you're a little inflamed? Did you eat something that's not agreeing with your stomach and you're a little inflamed? Like, there could be so many different reasons why we're fluctuating, and it has nothing to do with being able to eat more. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you know that you're doing all the things, right? You're just still prioritizing your protein. You're not overly snacking. You're not like doing the most. You're drinking your water. You're moving your body. If you know that you're doing the right things, I would not stress out about it. But if you know deep down, because only we know what it is that we are actually doing, if you know deep down that, I've had a little too much fast food. I haven't been moving my body. I haven't been hitting my water goals. I haven't been tracking my food. If you know deep down that you're not doing what you feel like you're supposed to do and the scale is moving, then you're at a fork in the road, babes. Like, it's time to either change it or not. That's how I view things now. Like, I've become, after weight loss surgery, a very solution oriented person. And that's the way I talk to myself. So I'm gonna talk to y'all the same way I talk to myself. Like, it's like, either do something about it or shut the fuck up. Like, that's what I tell myself. Either you wanna go back to the way you were or you're gonna do something about it. So like, analyze where you are at. Analyze your decisions of what you do. If you know you're doing what you're supposed to do, do not trip. Don't trip. It's just a natural fluctuation. But if you know deep down that there's some things that you could do better, now there's a decision to make, right? We can complain and cry, or we can just change it up. And we don't have to go crazy by changing it up, right? Like, the moment I've realized, like, okay, I'm at 167 because I just said my weight fluctuates, right? When I'm getting to 167 though, I immediately be like, okay, Janae, what did the last couple of days, the last week look like? You had crumble cookie this week and you haven't been moving your body but you was doing this, so good, but you also was doing that, that's bad. Let's make the next best decision, right? Could you create another video that focuses on yes, Nicole, I'm actually going to be doing a non-scale victory video, and I am doing a clothing haul. I had bought some activewear, and so I am going to do a clothing haul that actually should be posted this week as the bonus video for YouTube. A pouch reset is when people go back to the liquid diet to try to lose weight. Hold on, let me get caught up on these questions. I'm 5 feet tall. I would like to lose at least 20 more pounds, but nothing is happening. So here's the thing, because I was exactly where you're at. You said that you've been stalled for 6 months, right? So when I was 7 months post-op, I was in a stall for 6 months. I stayed in the 180s for 6 months, from November of 2023 until April of 2024. I stayed in the 180s. It was annoying as fuck. And so, like I said, I analyzed what it was that I was doing. I went back to my doctor, and they gave me Contrave. It's a weight loss drug. And so it's supposed to help with food suppression and the food noise. At that time, I started dealing with food noise again. So I knew that I was eating, like my eating was a little bit, but yeah, like whatever. And so, but I did bad on Contrave. It just made me really nauseous. So I had to get off of it. So at that time is when I entertained taking a GLP-1. And so I got on semaglutide in April of 2024, and I'm still on semaglutide, and it helped me lose 20. If my lowest weight is 163, I started taking it at 187, so I lost 24 more pounds using semaglutide. So if I have a video up on how I naturally break a stall. So normally to break a stall, you need more of something, right? Like you need more calories in general, or you need more protein specifically. You need more carbs specifically. You need to be moving your body more, or maybe you're already moving your body, but you need to up the intensity of it. Or you need more sleep. You need to be pooping more. You need to drink more water. Like there's probably more of something that you need. Or you just need some patience, right? You just need some patience. But if you are in me and her shoes where you've been stalled for 6 months, then maybe it's time to add an additional tool. If you know you've been doing the right thing, then maybe it's time to add an additional tool into your routine. And a lot of people after weight loss surgery have moved to GLP-1 as well to help them with the food noise, to help them shed that little last 20 to 30 pounds. A lot of people have found success on using a GLP-1 after weight loss surgery. So don't think, like you're a failure because you're using an additional tool. Some of us are just battling some crazy internal genetics and hormones. That's frustrating. So if like I said, if you've done all the things to try to break a stall and you're still doing all of the right things, go back to your doctor, get your blood work checked up, see what other options that are available to you. You don't have to immediately go to GLP-1. You could try, there's several weight loss drugs that can be prescribed to you, like phentermine or Contrave. You can see if that will help, or you can just try GLP-1. What do you think about people who, instead of doing bariatric surgery, they could just do the pre and post-op diet? For what, Jody? There was literally a girl on TikTok. She was doing pretending to have bariatric surgery, and she was on the liquid stage and then doing the post-op stage. And I'm like, I don't really mean to sound judgmental, but to me, that just screams something internally and mentally, because who would actively choose to do that? To me, that's just disordered eating. And I'm not saying you have to have bariatric surgery. You can just be in a calorie deficit. If you're going to play the game of being a weight loss surgery patient and pretending that you're a weight loss surgery patient, just do a regular calorie deficit diet. Just go to get the help. It's so frustrating how people would just jump on different diets instead of just going to a registered dietitian. And you literally pay for healthcare. You're paying for your doctor and you're paying for healthcare. Get a referral to a registered dietitian and make them do their jobs. Make them do their fucking jobs. Make them draw the labs. See if you have any internal issues that is keeping you from losing weight. Get with a registered dietitian, have them structure out a meal. These are literally their freaking jobs. Make them do it. You're already paying for it. You're paying. You have healthcare. If you have healthcare, you're already freaking paying for it. So stop playing I'm going to pretend to have weight loss surgery and just get help. I don't know how more blunt about that. I think it's just mind-boggling to me. I'm 6 years post. I lost a total of 130. In the last 2 years, I gained 30 pounds. Worried. So, babes, you're older than me. What advice do you have for me? I'm only almost 2 years post-op. You 6 years in the game. The only advice that I can give you is go back to your doctor and tell them, hey, I put on 30 pounds. I've analyzed what I did. What else you got for me? But you older than me, babes. How do we determine what size we should be? People ask me what I want to be. I let my doctor, Crystal, give me kind of a guideline. My first bariatric surgeon told me 160. I wanted to be 150. I'm not a person who grew up overweight. My weight issues stem from pregnancy. So the last time I felt healthy, I was 150 pounds. So even though my doctor said 160, and they was doing that based off of the BMI chart, I went to 150. But I'm 163 right now. So and I feel good. So I don't have to lose any more weight. And I'm honestly not even focused on losing more weight. I'm focused on cutting my body fat percentage and building more muscle. Those are the only numbers that I really care about. So but yeah, I let my doctor help guide me on what a realistic number should be when trying to figure out a goal weight. Damn, my clinic. Oh, wait, where'd that comment go? Hold on. I hate when TikTok scrolls all the way to the bottom, because I honestly do try to answer every single question that comes in, especially because I don't go live all the time. Damn, my clinic never gave me a number. I'm shooting for 130. I'm 150. What's your height, Gracie? I'm 154, still slowly losing. Everyone keeps telling me to stop. Still got a beer belly though. Oh, your beer belly is just visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that is around your organs, your abdominal organs. That's the hardest fat to get rid of. And that is connected to what you're eating. So it isn't, and this is why I moved more to like whole foods and like really looking at my ingredients and cleaning up my diet a bit, because it's not just about being in a calorie deficit, hitting your protein intake, hitting your water. It's not just about that too. If you are someone who has, because I'm that person, I have a lot of visceral fat in my stomach, then you really have to be caring about your ingredients, eating more whole foods, eating more fruits and vegetables to cut that visceral fat out, because there are different types of fat. So that beer belly you're referring to is visceral fat. You can just get on Google, figure out like different ways to like start cutting that visceral fat, and most of that is connected to your diet. I haven't lost in months, making an appointment because I need help. Yes, go back. If they cut us open, go back and make them do their damn job. I'm a month out. I haven't weighed myself because of body dysmorphia. Honestly, like weighing yourself is so overrated. I actively told myself, because I used to be one of those people who would get on a scale every single day, and the number on the scale would control how I feel. Good or bad, it would control how I feel. And so after I had my weight loss surgery, I actively told myself, you're only weighing yourself once a week, and you're doing a weigh and tape. So I get my measurements as well, my inches. I do that once a month at the beginning of the month. Honestly, I do it on the 2nd of each month because that's my surgery day, March 2nd. So I do it the 2nd of each month. But I actively had to say, I'm not getting on this fucking scale. It's gonna blow my mind. So if you're not jumping on a scale, if you know it's a trigger for you, like, you're going to lose weight either way. Whether you see the number or not, you're going to lose weight either way. If it's just going to be a trigger for you, put it up. Put it up until you feel better about it. I'm 212. My date is 226. Erica, did you already have your surgery? Are you getting surgery? Is that your surgery? I got mine at 245. I see my doctor this Thursday to get weighed. Okay. Gastric bypass 7 months ago, 103 pounds down. Congratulations. I'm 5 feet, nothing, currently 275, still doing my checklist. My primary doctor and bariatric surgeon want me between 150 and 170. Okay, that sounds like a good weight range. That's a nice, good weight range for them to give you. Let me get caught up on all of these comments. I just had surgery last Friday. Congratulations, Heidi. Which procedure did you have? I'm currently in the journey. First appointment is next month. You are motivated. Thank you. Sorry, VSG last Friday. So worried. Don't worry. Oh, so you already had your VSG, Heidi. Don't worry about the weight regain. Like, don't let it control you. I just feel like I'm the type of person that's like, if you're focused on something, that's what it's going to be. Like, we all know about manifestation and all that stuff. Like, I feel like if you're always focused on, I'm going to die after surgery, I'm not saying you will, but maybe something bad will happen, right? Like, or you're always worried about complications. Whatever it is, I feel like you're focused on, you may get what you're asking for, is what I'm saying. And so, and not to say if you're such a positive person that bad things aren't going to happen to you. I just like to change my outlook on things. I read this quote. It said, and I now just lost it. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at starts to change. So change the way you're looking at your journey. If you're only focused on weight regain, then eventually you're going to end up picking up bad habits, and then eventually you may experience that. But if you start to change your outlook now, even being a couple of days post-op, if you change the way you look at your journey, if you feel like your journey is going to be successful, if you feel like you're going to have a healthy life after weight loss surgery, You're going to eventually start doing the things to stay that way. And weight regain is going to be the furthest thing from your mind because you've already did the mental work to start looking at things positive. The actions are going to follow through with it. Weight regain is going to be the last thing on your mind. Okay. Hold on. Let me come back to YouTube because they're asking me questions over there. I'm not used to people on YouTube asking me questions, so I've been ignoring y'all. Thank you for your honesty and transparency. Many bariatric creators often start the process but fail to provide updates or share their experience after the surgery. Yeah. I mean, bariatric surgery, well, okay, you make a good point though, because I was about to say bariatric surgery is a very personal journey, but if you are a creator, people are expecting the updates. So yeah, I agree with you. Have you heard about the endoscopy revision? Yeah, the ESG. I've heard about people doing ESGs. It's, I guess, a less invasive way. You don't have any cuts on your stomach. I wish I could have had that. Hey, how to lose more weight by being in a calorie deficit. I mean, yeah. Did you have weight loss surgery? It's such a vague question, and you can add more characters. That's crazy. I never choose to do the pre-op diet. I would never choose to do a pre-op diet as well. I had the D'Andano switch. I'm 9 months post, and I've stalled at 70 pounds. A lot of food noise. So yeah, go back to your doctor. Tell them that you're experiencing food noise and see if there is another tool that they have for you. You have your bypass tomorrow. Oh my God. How are you feeling? Hi, Amanda. Yours told you 120, I guess, when I'm 5'4". Let me see. Let me pull up a BMI chart right now. BMI charts. Oh no. I hate when there's like random. Okay, so if you're 5'4", 120. That's a healthy BMI. I'm looking for the range though. There's like a chart that shows you like the top and the low. And I think I'm pulling up the wrong one. Mine told me 180. I'm 5'11". And then like Carlito's Journey is his name. Cause your guy, so he's a guy. He had bariatric surgery a couple years ago. He dropped down to like 190. He built on a lot of muscle, and then he like gained some weight, but it's all muscle. Like if you follow him on Instagram, I think his name is Carlito Weight Loss on Instagram, but I know it's Carlito's Journey on TikTok. And so that's another thing too, like to consider when you're thinking about like your goal body, your goal weight or whatever. Like, are you a fitness person? Are you someone who's really trying to pack on muscle? Because you can still technically, according to the BMI chart, be overweight, but have crazy amount of muscle. That's a lot of things. That's something that a lot of like bodybuilders struggle with. Like they're probably like mad bulky, but it's nothing but muscle because they have like 15% body fat. So yeah, whatever your doctor gives you, remember, these are just like numbers that people are still like just pulling out of their ass. Like you still have to feel like what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're feeling, what is your goals? What is your goals? So like my goal is to pack on as much muscle as I can and cut my body fat. So I may have some weight regain. Muscle weighs more than fat. I may have some weight regain. Or I may just stay right here at 163, but my body is still doing some changes. You had surgery 2 days ago on the 19th, feeling good. Yay. Are you back home yet? VSG last March hit a stall about a month and a half ago, so it's been a little rough. Did you get your surgery in the States? Yes, I got my surgery in San Antonio, Texas. The military is actually who did my surgery. So I'm a military spouse. If you're new here, I'm an Army veteran, and I'm also a military spouse because my husband is still in the Army. And so when we were stationed at Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio, Texas, there is a major military medical hospital over there. It's called Brooke Army Medical Center, or BAMC. They had their own bariatric clinic that you can self-refer yourself to. I didn't even know that. I thought I had to go through my doctor, but no, like I could have just went up there myself and said, hey, I want weight loss surgery, and they would have told me what I had to do. But they have their own bariatric clinic that's nothing but military surgeons and stuff like that. So I got my surgery in Texas by a military doctor at a military hospital by a military bariatric clinic. And we've moved since then. We live in the state of Washington. My husband's now stationed at JBLM. But they also have their own bariatric clinic here as well. So the doctors here now just take care of me. Like they just still I still do my check-ins, my yearly check-ins with them, get my blood drawn with them. When it comes to the military, their outlook on bariatric surgery is that it's a lifelong thing. So they're gonna follow us lifelong. So I'll still keep up with my appointments and all that stuff with them. So since I'm knocking on 2 years post-op, I actually need to schedule an appointment with my surgeon who's taking over my care and get my lab work done. At first, my primary said 115 to 125. I told her no. Even when I was healthier, I was 160, never smaller than that. Yeah, he's so great. Carlito's Journey. I'm pretty sure that's his username, but he's like the nicest person ever. I noticed you shared a YouTube short about gas pains and used Gas X and heating pads. What about your pain during your menstrual cycle? Oh, Nicole, oh my God. So like, it's so crazy. I never made a video about this, but a lot of people talk about their cycles changing after weight loss surgery. I did not experience that until like 18 months post-op, I want to say. I was like well into it. And then I realized my cycles, before my cycles, I started actually getting the PMS symptoms, like the cramps and like the overly snacking, the overly eating. Like that's what I started to experience right before my cycle. And then my cycle, the pain, like those first 2 days. And I was never a person, at least when I was overweight, I was never a person to like experience crazy like cramps. The first 2 days of my cycle, like I'm so crampy. It's a lot more heavier, and then it just like I'm still like a normal like 4 to 5 days kind of person, and then it just goes away, and then I'm back to like normal again. But I just take ibuprofen. It's nothing like too severe, but I just take ibuprofen. But your cycle may change. Hey Heather, your cycle may change after weight loss surgery. It may take some time. It may be immediate. For a lot of people, they said it was more immediate. For me, it was like 18 months later. And I was like, what the hell is this? I thought I was the chosen one. I thought I was God's favorite. I guess not. I guess he delayed it. 2 months post, down 23 pounds and stalled. Hi, Nurse Bestie. My appetite is crazy. Before my cycle, I feel like I stretch my stomach. You haven't. It's a natural thing we all go through, because if you pay attention, after your cycle, or at least for me, after my cycle, I'm not even hungry. Like that's where I'm at. Like this is the first week after my cycle. I know I've been severely under eating on my calories, and it's not on purpose. I'm not hungry, and on top of me not being hungry, you also have a boost of energy. And so I like want to work out more. I want to work out. I want to go hard, but I'm also not hungry. So I wouldn't, it's like a natural thing with cycles. I wouldn't like stress too much about it. I wouldn't. Even when your appetite is crazy, like as long as you're still sticking to the bases and the basics and prioritizing your protein and all that stuff, if you eat a couple of extra calories, a couple extra hundred of calories, it'll be fine. Portia. So I've shared that I am trying to get into the military after weight loss surgery. Obviously, I'm still home, right? Portia, the freaking video update I have for y'all is going to be on YouTube because that's where I can talk longer about it. I have one more waiver that is making its way through. It's a moral waiver because I got into some trouble when I was in the Army the first time. So when they ran my fingerprints, those files came up and I had to get a moral waiver because of that. And so they said it was approved, but then someone at MEPS pulled policy and was like, it has to go all the way up the chain. It can't just stop at this one person. So I'm still waiting. I'm still freaking waiting to see if they're gonna even let me into the Army. My recruiter, they feel like, you know, everyone's approved it so far, so they feel like it's gonna be fine. But as far as like weight loss surgery is concerned, that waiver it's been approved. It's been approved since October. I know a lot of people have contacted me wanting to go into the military after weight loss surgery, specifically gastric sleeve, and they've been worried because if you pull up the regs and you Google this or you go to Reddit, they say that you can't, that weight loss surgery is a permanent disqualify. But there's actually a waiver for it. If you do want to go into the military, there is a medical waiver for it. So that medical waiver for me has been approved since October. I just have this other thing that has nothing to do with my weight loss surgery. And I thought my weight loss surgery was going to be the hardest thing to freaking battle in this process. And it was literally approved like that. They asked me to get a new sleep study. They asked me, I had to clear something up because somebody on my file put I was malnourished and I never was. I have latent TB. So I had to get like a chest x-ray and show that I'm good or whatever. Once I did everything they asked me for, it took me 3 weeks to do it. They approved it like that. It's this moral waiver that I've been waiting on since October. So I haven't posted any updates with my military stuff because I'm still just literally like waiting. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. So I have no update because I'm still just waiting. I thought I had one because they told me last week it was approved and I was going to announce it on Thursday of last week. And then Tuesday came and he said, wait, I'm sorry. We still have to wait another 2 to 3 weeks. So I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Oh, look, I just answered your question, Nicole. Yep. Somebody was on the same page as you. Portia and Nicole, I was asking the same question. Tonight is my W2 injection night. I want to go up on my doses already, but I'm scared. What's W2? Been through like 4 recruiters, just found out one that's willing to work with my VSG. Portia, I'm so sorry. Hey, Chris, I'm so sorry that you have had to go through many recruiters. I did a video on my YouTube telling people like the recruiters are not the end all be all. They are not the ones who can tell you no. They just don't want to do their fucking jobs. It's honestly not even the doctors at MEPS who can tell you no. You're going to have a waiver, right? The people who approve the waiver will tell you yes or no. They are above the doctors at MEPS. So, and you'll find, since you found a recruiter that's going to help you as you go through your journey, I'm going to prove you right. Because my recruiter, they just did the paperwork. I went to MEPS to do my physical. I sat with that MEPS doctor. All they did was be like, okay, I can't approve this. I can't approve this. I can approve this. I can approve this. And all the things that they can't approve goes up because you'll need a medical waiver. And this isn't just weight loss surgery. This is for like a lot of things. Like even when it came to my high blood pressure, she was like, oh, I can approve this because I can see that you have a year worth of labs, but I can't approve your TB. that's going to need a medical waiver. And when they told me my requirements for my medical waiver, there was only 5 things on the list. They said, you do this, we'll approve it. You do that, we'll approve it. You do that, we'll approve it. It's somebody else. It's somebody else. So I don't know why these recruiters, I don't even know why they become recruiters if they don't want to do their jobs. But don't let a recruiter tell you you cannot enter the military after weight loss surgery. I literally know a girl who's in AIT right now and she had the gastric sleeve. She's the one who told me that it was possible for me last April. And I've been doing this process ever since then. So I don't know anything about the bypass or I don't know about any other branch of service because I'm only an Army person. I don't know about any other weight loss surgery because I only have VSG. But when it comes to the Army and VSG, I can tell you as a fact, don't let them recruiters play you. Don't let them play you. They stay ghosting you. I don't know why, like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. It's ridiculous, but whatever. I'm glad you did find someone. And if you have any questions, Portia, you can always like slide in my DMs. I've been helping a lot of people so far. I've been, guiding them through their own journey. So any questions you have, anything you want me to double check on, because everybody at my recruiting station is amazing. So I can always be like, hey, this recruit told me this. Is that true? But I've been on here for about an hour now, and I have a YouTube video that I actually need to be editing to post today. So I think I'm going to pop off of live. Are you planning to do competitive hiking? No, I don't think that's in my future. Like that competitive stuff. The most I'll probably do is races. But who knows? Like, who knows? I could be like, hey, I'm going to be this now. Like, who knows where I'll end up being as I go further along in my fitness journey. But as of right now, especially because I cannot afford to hurt myself before trying to go into the Army. So I'm trying to see what's going to happen with my Army stuff to know what my life is going to look like. So if they tell me that I'm in and I make it through all my training, then I can start planning for a marathon that I want to do and plan for a half marathon. Like I can start planning for those things, but I'm really trying to keep it cute and not hurt myself. Because when I went hiking the last time, I fell and I slammed down on my wrist so hard. I thought about it after the fact. I could have broke my fucking wrist. And then I would have had to wait. So like, I'm trying to like keep my fitness activities real cute right now and not hurt myself. I cannot afford to hurt myself before going into basic training. My YouTube channel is Janae Lee. It should be Janeeleesanders or Janae Lee, one of the two. But it's linked in my bio. It's linked in my bio. You can find it quickly that way. What MOS do I want? So when I was in the military the first time, I was military intelligence. I was a 35 Mike. I don't want to go back to military intelligence at all. At all. I did not have a good time. It was actually a very traumatizing time doing military intelligence when I was in the military 15 years ago. I would like to do something medical. I've been in healthcare the last 10 years. You was looking to become an analyst. Have fun. I'm not saying nothing bad about MI. MI is great. I was a 35 Mike. It's more of a combat type of role in comparison to all of the other military intelligence jobs. So you may have a good time. My time was not good because of the role that I picked. So I would never want to go back to that. And actually, since I'm prior service, my recruiter can't even tell me what job is available to me. Like they can't touch me because I'm prior service. I have to wait until I go to MEPS to pick a job. And hopefully they don't force me to actually still be a 35 Mike. But I got out of the Army 12 years ago. I would need all of my training over. So if you're going to pay for me to do training, then let me just pick my new job. Because I don't want it. I don't want it either way. So, but yeah, I'm going to pop off of here. Thank y'all so much for chatting with me. I will see y'all on YouTube later because I'm going to be posting YouTube later today talking about Today's topic is talking about the downfall and the negative side effects with weight loss, because everybody thinks losing weight is so positive, but I'm gonna just expose some negative things. I'll probably be back on live tomorrow, to be honest, because tomorrow is Wednesday and I'm not doing anything. So I'll probably come back on same time, which is, I came on about 9 a.m. I'm on the West Coast, so that's Pacific. So yeah, I'll probably come back on at 9 a.m. tomorrow for another hour, hour and a half. So I will catch y'all tomorrow.